Hsin, made by Kawai. Late 60s, very early 70s. And most likely made in Taiwan. At this point, Kawai was one of the last few still making guitars because the entire Japanese manufacturing thing, the bubble had burst by then, and so they were looking for cheaper places to make things. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? So they branched out to Taiwan and Korea. There's a little bit of a debate about whether it was made in Taiwan or Korea. I think that's because there's a lot of people who don't know the difference between Taiwan and Korea, but it's pretty much assumed that this was made in Taiwan. And that makes sense too, because there was a lot of stuff coming out of Taiwan at that point. It's really well made, no doubt about it. It's a solid wood body, a solid wood neck, the Philippine mahogany or Luan, depending on what you want to call it. And it has an internal truss rod inside, fixed truss rod. There's no adjustment, doesn't need one. It's straight, plays true. When I got it, it was fine. I gave it a new 12-inch radius, but it wasn't bent, wasn't warped, anything. I mean, it was straight as can be. So that's really kind of nice. It's the way those harmonies were, the Bobcats. They had a steel rod in there, and that's all you need, really. I got new Jescar 47104 frets. I kept the original tuners because they work pretty good. I don't think this guitar had a lot of playing. I don't think it got a whole lot of use, and that's probably why the tuners are still doing okay, and it was worth keeping them. At some point, somebody put this retainer on there for good reason, because it didn't have a whole hell of a lot of downforce on there. It does now. I've got a bone nut on there. It's 1 11/16. The nice thing about it, it's 24.5-inch scale, typical Japanese. But the nice thing about it is it's got a wide enough taper that you can put a standard Tune-o-matic style bridge on it. And before I got it, somebody had already put some new studs on there. And they're close enough that using this bridge, I was able to get it to intonate perfectly. The trem is really nice. It's really soft. It floats a little bit. You can tighten up the screw, make it, fixed, but it returns to the zero very well. I had to come up with a new bar. This is just a standard modern Strat style bar, and I had to do some creative bending to get it to work right because it's not the same arrangement as a Strat. So, but it works great. I like it. Remember those old movies? Yeah. The pickups that came out were terrible. They were really underpowered and they sounded just nasty like a lot of these pickups do. So the bezels here were big enough that I could put one of my Type 13 single coil silver foils into each one. So it's got a really authentic 60s sound now. There's the neck pickup alone, and it's really quiet, right? Because I mean, these are reverse pole, reverse wind together. They're hum canceling, but even not together, they're really quiet because of these metal boxes essentially that they're in. So there's this pickup, and then here's together, and then your bridge pickup is snarly like you would think. That's your surf sound right there. It's nice sounding. Put some new pots in there, new jack, you know, that was all fried. The pick guard was in great shape. There's a few dings on it here and there, but overall, not bad shape considering how old it is, right? Almost as old as me. Hsin me, you're not going to find another one of these. It's a beauty.